Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a minute. So today I want to show you guys how I was able to create this look from this to this. It's a very simple process, so make sure you pay attention and let's go. So first the image came looking this way with this color. So what I did was in my group note, because I have like 4 to 5 of this scene. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6, yes. So I grouped them and then I did a color space transform to make it flat this way. So I came to the color space transform. I did rec 709, rec 709, DaVinci white gamut, DaVinci intermediate, and I have this flat image you are seeing here. So I didn't, aside this, I didn't do any conversion anymore. All I did was to come to my um clip and I started working on it. So the first thing I did was to do my normal balance like this. I put this on like this. I had to put this balance on, so I'll go to the next image and this particular one too. I'll put it on. I just did the normal basic correction, lift, gamma, gain, contrast, and a little bit of the curves. So that was what I did. The same thing goes for all these clips that you are seeing here. You can see the same thing goes. Then the next thing I did was my white balance clip. I changed my clip to linear like this, and then I just shift it towards blue a little. So if I put it on, it's just a little change with a little green in it. So if I come to this one and put the white balance onto, you are going to notice this. Same thing if I do it here, just a little change. Same thing with this clip, you can see the change. Same thing with this clip. So I was just working and making sure I was trying to balance them all. And then the next node I added here is my saturation node, and then I put this on. So what I did was to change the color space to HSV. That was how I was able to get this type of filmic saturation a little. I pushed it up, and then in this first node I just added the normal DaVinci saturation also. I just like take it to 70. So if I put it on, this is how it's going to look. It's going to help me pop it a little. So I'll put the saturations on. I'll do the same for this node and put the balance on and the white balance on. That's for the contrast. The first one is for the contrast, the second one is for white balance. Then I on the saturation here also, and I'll put this on. So if you notice, it's just the same thing I was doing on every clip. I was just going over and over and over. So after the white saturation, the next thing I did here, let me put this node on. Just a little change. I came to my curves, came to hue versus saturation. Sorry, hue versus hue. I just took it down a little, and then I made sure I left the skin where it's supposed to be. And then in the hue versus saturation, I pushed red up, took green down, took blue down also. So it's the same thing I did for this particular node, the same thing for this one, and this one. If I put it on, you see a little change. You can see same thing. If I do this, you see a little change. So this was what I did. So let me put the saturation on back for this one. So if I put this on, you would see that little change. And this next node here, sorry I didn't label this node, but anyone that needs this as a power grid, you can reach out to me. I just feel like doing to just give out something today. So here I just kind of worked on the blues on his shirt. If I put this on, you see it's just a little change. I wasn't doing too much. You can see if I come and put this on also, you can actually see the change here and here. Let me do this also. Let me put this on, just a little change in the blue. So in this next node here, what I did was I selected this part because I want to give it a little warm tone. So if I put it on like this, there's a little warm tone. Let me make the screen big so you can see, just like a little, and then I kind of push our gamma towards the warm side, and then I reduce the opacity to like 0.3 because I want the reflection of the sun to kind of look real. And in this nodes, in this particular clip, I didn't use anything here. And then here I used a window tool here just to select this hand because that's where our focus is. She's about to open like an envelope. Then I inverted it and reduced the brightness so here can be bright while the edges are dark. And in this particular node here, node 11 here, I worked on this brightness on his face. just with the circle tool, made it small. Let me push it to this level, yes, and then using my gamma I reduced the brightness. In this particular node, I didn't work in a particular clip, I didn't actually do anything aside all those changes, and this is basically my workflow. This is how I work. So, and then this particular one, this is also where I stopped. I didn't add anything, and then we move to the next part, which is the pre-clip. Now this is where I used Dehancer. If this is the first time you're hearing about Dehancer is actually a good film emulator that comes with different kind of looks that can help you achieve film looks from different time they were being created, maybe from past, now, present. Any type of film look you are looking for, you can get in Dehancer. So first here I just did my sharpening to make the image sharp, and then I selected Dehancer, and I actually put it on Kodak Vision 200T. So if I put this on in the 200T, this is what we have. You can see the image is now looking as if it's flat, but don't worry. And then this is for the film profile. Now for the film print, let me come to the film print. I used the Kodak 2383. DaVinci has its own, but I decided to use the one in Dehancer, and this is what we have. So if I come here, you notice that it has been applied here, same here, same here, same here, same here. Sorry, I didn't work on this clip because it's from a different scene. I don't just want to blend them yet. And then the next thing I did here was to add bloom and highlightation, just a little. It's not really showing much, but that I added that here. So in my Dehancer, let me go so you can be able to see. Put this down. So this is the highlightation I added, just a little, same as the bloom. And then what I did was to come to the output, and then I dropped it towards the middle. And then in this last node here, I added the film grain in Dehancer, this particular one, but I reduced the intensity still, because sometimes it can be so much. So I reduced the intensity and also reduced the opacity here in DaVinci Resolve. So I have this, and for the highlightation, if I make this big, you can see it around here. Can you see around here? You can see the highlightation. So I have this with all these tools on together. I have this look. And then lastly, what I did in my pre-clip, I just did my denoise to just clean up the whole image. And let me look for a more closer image so that you can be able to see what I mean by cleaning up the image. Maybe I'll make this big, come into this particular side, just yes, and let me put this on, and this is it. Now the image looks cleaner than how it was before, and this is how I was able to achieve this look. Let me come to the wider shot so you can see the beauty of this look also. So this is the wide shot here. It's still looking beautiful. This is the lady's shot. All the shots are looking beautiful together because I worked on them combined to make sure that everything is looking clean and correct. So yes, this is how I was able to create this look. Don't forget, I have my LUTs package I sell. I have a link in the description, and if you also want to reach out to me for personal guidance, lectures and all that, feel free to do that. My number is on the screen, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'll see you all in my next class. Thank you and goodbye.